question I often get asked is how much tax will I pay on my pension income if I was to move to Spain? So in this video I'll try and explain this with examples and have a look at why, even though you might be paying more tax here, you'll probably be financially better off making the move anyway. My name is Gerald Turner and I am a chartered financial planner. I've been living in Spain for 15 years, advising British people who live here on investing and tax efficiency. Nothing I say here is financial advice, it is just for general information purposes only. If you want to discuss your specific circumstances, please get in touch. What I often tell people is the UK is a great place to earn money and to save money, but Spain is a better place to spend that money. What I mean by this is the UK has much higher average salaries, around €1,000 a month more, and it has a lower income tax rates and great incentive to save through tax relief on pensions and the tax advantages given to ISAs. But Spain has a better quality of life and a lower cost of living. So let's take a deeper dive into that statement. I have looked at 3 levels of pension income, and to make it simple I've assumed that the income comes from UK state pensions and a work pension. In Spain there are tax advantages to having income coming from rental properties, annuities may have tax advantages, and you may get income from differing investment products, but I'm not using them here. I'm going to look at how much tax you will pay in the UK with a pension income of £15,000, £30,000 and £50,000, and then compare that with Spain. So with a £15,000 income in the UK you would pay £484 tax, or €556 at an exchange rate of 1.15 to the pound. With £30,000 of income in the UK you pay tax of £3,485 or €4,006, and at £50,000 of income you would pay £7,484, which in Spain will be €8,606. If we compare that to Spain, with £15,000 of income, here you would pay €966 in tax. £30,000 of income, you would pay €6,641 in tax, and £50,000 you would pay €14,774 in tax. All these figures were calculated on the HMRC and Hacienda websites, and they assume state taxes apply in Spain and not the individual autonomous regions taxes. Please bear in mind that if the pound was to get stronger, those with income paid in pounds will pay more tax in Spain than the numbers presented here. And likewise, if the pound was to weaken, you would pay less tax. So you can see that income taxes overall are higher here in Spain, assuming an exchange rate of 1.15. But let's compare the cost of living in the UK against that in Spain. Numbeo.com have looked at lots of different items and compared the costs in the UK and Spain. Milk is 30% more expensive in the UK. Cigarettes are 175% more. A mid-range bottle of wine, 60% more. Beer, 115% more. Public transport, 90% more expensive. Utilities such as electric, gas and water are 70% more. Renting a city centre apartment will be 45% more expensive, and buying an apartment 87% more expensive. And the most important thing, a restaurant meal is 43% more expensive in the UK. There are certain things that are cheaper in the UK, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, potatoes, lettuce, leather business shoes and fitness club memberships, but not by much. Also, looking at this chart, you can see for years there wasn't much difference between UK and Spanish inflation. But UK in the last year is now running at 10% per annum, with Spain at around 6%. The cost of living is going up everywhere, but worse in the UK. For most people, if you looked at tax as just an expense of living here, you would probably be better off because of the lower cost of living. Obviously, that's a sweeping generalisation, but it's certainly my experience. There are also other benefits to living in Spain. Life expectancy for people aged 65 is 1 year longer for men and 3 years longer for women in Spain than it would be in the UK. Also, I have an app on my phone and I can book a doctor's appointment in the next day or so here in Spain, something I understand to be very difficult in the United Kingdom. According to the OECD Regional Wellbeing Survey shown here, where I am in Andalusia ranks well for safety, health, community and access to services, which are things that will affect a retired person's enjoyment of life. In this video, I've only dealt with income tax. If you live off savings as opposed to living off your pensions, the tax can be comparable to the UK. There are also other taxes in Spain such as capital gains tax, succession tax, wealth tax and the new solidarity tax, which you may need to consider depending on your circumstances. But how these affect each individual will be different, and if you want to review your tax situation, please get in contact with me so we can do that. You can contact me through the comments or email through Your Money in Spain page. I hope you can see that a low income tax for most people will be more in Spain than it will be in the UK. The actual cost of living will mean financially you'll probably be better off. Plus, we have the sunshine, something so very missing from the day-to-day experience in the UK. Thank you for your attention today, and if you want to discuss anything at all that we've mentioned, please get in touch.